Hey, it's Wednesday, August 27th. I'm Drew, and me and my little sailboat X-Wing are currently about 700 nautical miles north of Hawaii, headed for Canada, but it's still about 1,700 miles to go. The last time I did this passage, it took 32 days. Currently, this is day 12 out here. We're gonna see. Today I am motoring as before. Basically we're becalmed again, and I'm jockeying for position to try to get into a good space for some upcoming weather that's going to be happening in probably the next 2 days. But for today and probably most of tomorrow, we're motoring into absolute flat, calm, gorgeous blue water. Today actually started out pretty interesting. I noticed when I got up this morning that there was dew on the deck. Now, dew only forms when there's a differential in temperature between like two surfaces. So that means that, to me, that means that I'm finally leaving the tropics. Technically, though, I did leave the tropics a little over a week ago. The Tropic of Cancer, where we kind of define the tropics, is at like 23.4, I think, degrees above the equator, and I'm currently at 32 degrees above the equator. So I'm definitely out of the tropics, but it's still summer in the northern hemisphere, so it's still hot. Today was kind of a chores day. I did a lot of I cleaned up the boat. I had a shower. I did a couple of little repairs around the boat, and then I spent, I think, the majority of my time cooking today. So I decided to start experimenting with pressure cooker. I have a lot of lentils in the dry stores, and I don't really know much about how to cook lentils. So I decided to try to make like a lentil and corned beef and onion burrito filling in my pressure cooker. And actually, I'm really impressed with how well that went. I made a big pressure cooker pot full of this lentil mixture, and then a pot of rice, and I'm pretty happy with the burritos that I got out of it. The last time I made a big batch of burrito mixes, what I did was I made sort of an assembly line, and then I made a whole bunch of burritos and wrapped them in tinfoil and put them in the fridge. And that was nice, but tortillas wrapped in tinfoil in a fridge like that, they tend to get kind of gummy. So I think this time I'm not going to assembly line it. I'm just going to make the fillings and leave it and hit it as I need. Apart from that, there's not much going on. I haven't seen, I think I saw my hitchhiker today, but she just kind of buzzed the boat and didn't land. And she hasn't been back since, but she stayed the night last night, so who knows? Well, maybe she'll be back tonight. The fuel economy question that was coming up, I don't think we're getting a half liter per hour, but it's definitely less than a liter per hour burn. And that is a huge net win for my worries about having enough fuel to get to Vancouver, get to Victoria. So we've been motoring about 36 hours now, and we're just motoring at 1400 RPM, and we're making about 4 knots. So that it slows down by about a knot as soon as there's any headwind at all. But in this super calm, it's working out pretty well. Hopefully I'm just gonna have to motor through the night tonight, and then hopefully by tomorrow afternoon we're gonna have some wind. So fingers crossed. I will come back tomorrow and let you know how that goes. I'll talk to you then. Cheers.